Hello, hello. Hope everyone is having a wonderful this Saturday, right? Oh gosh. 7 days. We're already a week into June. Can you guys believe it? It's ridiculous. I just want to sit at my desk and stare out the window though because it's like really bright and sunny out and the sunshine is calling my name. I think that's my Florida roots saying, "Get your butt outside." And I don't want to go outside. Anyways, all right. So let me make some announcements real quick. Okay, so my oh gosh, I'm rolling away. Hold on. My washi tape got delayed by stupid FedEx. So it was supposed to be here on Tuesday, it's gonna be here on Monday. By the time I get this one, the other one's already gonna be shipped because they're almost done with those 7. Okay, so I have 5 new washi tapes. I have everything ready to go. The only thing I gotta do is just take a video of them, and I got all the listings made. These 5 will be all $12 for a whole roll. It's like over 196 inches. You get 2 of each graphic. Yay! Um, and then the next 7 are being packed up and ready to be shipped. They're putting the packaging on it and everything right now. So I'm not sure when I'm going to get that, but I'm excited about that one. And there's a lot of pre-cuts in those. And I did some borders. And then on Tuesday, I'll be sending over the next set. I've been just grinding them out and making sure they're ready for production. Um, and I've been just crazy busy all week. I have one child who's going through Peter Pan syndrome, and then I'm trying to get Rubik's Cube all signed up for. I got her all registered for her dance academy thing. Same thing we did with Lily when she was about 8, I guess. That way she can socialize and stuff, and that way we could still homeschool her and all that. And that way it will be like her going to a co-op. So yay! And she tried on Lily's old um, ballet stuff. And hang on, let me put YouTubers and Facebookers. Sounds like Facebookers, but Facebookers down a little bit. But she put on Lily's old ballet stuff because Lily was really tiny. And Ruby's like as tall as she was at like 6. Um, and Ruby's only 4. And she looks exactly like Lily. Exactly like Lily, except she's got Ella's flat feet. So I don't know how that will go, but she's been interested in ballet for a while. So I told Germ that we're gonna do it, and he didn't really get a say so. So he's like, okay, yeah. So all right. Um, So today, you know what? I thought of another pop up too, and I just forgot it because I was working on this, and I was like, oh, I should do that. No, I got it. The origami sailboat. Origami sailboat. Let me write that down. I've done the origami sailboat in the Blue Dream Journal for my grandmother, who just had her 91st birthday, by the way, and is still kicking butt, taking names. Let me write this down so I don't forget. I got to dig out my notes on that. Origami sailboat envelope. 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 I don't even think I spelled that right. And okay, whatever. Okay. And I will do that one on Tuesday. So we'll do I'll show you guys the folding technique, which I do have a tutorial. If you go to my YouTube on my playlist, it will say journal inserts or tutorials on journal inserts. There's like 30 or 40 different ones in there. And it's under Origami Sailboat. And it's like an envelope. It's like a pocket or an envelope, you know. And I know her birthday was here at the end of May. And I was hoping to have her Fancy Nancy stickies all ready to go, but I knew they would not get done in time. But I did tell her, I said, I got a surprise for you, and I think you'll like it. And she will. Even if she hated it, she still tell me she liked it because I'm her favorite granddaughter. She tells me that all the time, but I'm her only granddaughter, besides the great granddaughters. Because my mother was an only child, and so was I. And my brother is my half brother. My stepmom's Jamaican. Scary as heck. I always tell her, she talks to me sometimes and I get like every other word. Jeremy understands nothing because when she gets like passionate about something, she has a cadence of up and down, and then kind of slurred together, mixed in with Spanish. Yeah. Oh, I'll try. I don't know if she's up for that, but I'll do my best. You know, she may have to open it when somebody's there because I know she's got arthritis real bad and her hands are like this. I don't know how she does anything. And her, oh gosh, she sends me the gnarliest pictures I have ever seen. And I'm like, I don't want to see that, you know, because she was a ballroom dancer back in her youth and her feet show it. And I have a hang up about feet. And I'm like, don't show me any feet pictures. I don't like it. I think we should all be born with nubs. I don't like it. And she sends it to me anyway. And I think because she knows it grosses me out. So, yeah. All right, you guys. So, I did my homework. I wrote everything down because I never ever had instructions for this. I just kind of did it. So I made sure that I wrote down all the measurements and stuff. So that way, you know, people who need that kind of stuff, let me make sure. Yeah, okay, I'm good. You know, have it. Okay, so basically this is what we're creating. I kept it like this because I didn't want to build anything on it. So that way people can see it. So this is going to be Max is a sailing boat. And basically it's a spin around thing, or you can, you know, make it wavy, you know, when you're doing your little thing. And it just spins around like this. Just a little insert. And I've done this. I made something similar to this for Pirates of the Caribbean, and it was the Black Pearl, you know, doing that. And so basically I left it open like this so you could see the guts of it, you know, and it's not hard. And I have no idea how I came up with this. I just wanted the motion in the ocean for my boat. And so I was like, okay, let me just do it this way. And this one's actually a better version than the first one I did, I think. Okay, so let me explain the parts. You have the handle right here. This square right here would be like whatever you're going to stick to this handle to get it to move. Okay, so this is not like part of the parts. You know, this is like if I'm going to stick this, I would stick that like right, you know, like on there, like that. Okay, or like this, you know, and then it would move like such. Okay, and I was kind of toying around with putting it in something, and then I didn't like that idea, so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do it like this. But if I do another one of these and I decide to kind of frame it in, which I kind of like that idea, I'm trying to work out a few kinks to figure out how I could do that. I'll update it on my YouTube if I do one of those. But basically, like if I was going to put a frame over this, what I would do is I would make a frame big enough to where it can, you know, have like 2 folds on the side so it could be glued down. So you have like a, like one of these little deals here. Like if you folded it and, let me get my phone, there it is. Folded it like once, and then you folded it the same, like again, you know, like twice or whatever. And then on the side, because you got to watch out for the little handle. So this would be like the little box, and it would, like, you know, go in it like this. And then that way you have enough room for it to move. And then the handle itself, I would cut out a hole that would clear the, you know, it going around like this, because you got to be able to clear it like that. So basically, like here I was experimenting with it. This would be the clear spot for this. You would have to cut out a hole that's 2 5/8 inch for it to go around like this. And, you know, and then that would go through, and then you'd have your handle sticking out. And then you could put like on the front, you would put like waves or whatever else, you know. But it's one of those complicated things where you have to actually line it up correctly, because like right here would be the very edge that it can go, and then it has to go, you know, and spin around, and you don't want it to go too far down to where it's covered up. I'm going to put it in a card and not, but yeah, I can. This, like this, basically you would glue this part onto a journal page if you want it, you know, to be. That's how I made it. So let me, okay, so this is my little template, because I like to make templates and keep them all in a huge box for when I need them. And that way I can refer back to them. But I left it open so you guys could see the guts. Okay, and this is going to basically be the part that's going to glue on whatever you want. You know, I made a good base for it. And this is just heavy black cardstock. I got it off of Amazon. So this is what you need, okay? Again, if you don't have circle punches, go to my Amazon journal list, supply list in the link tree, and go get you a set of punches, because these things are handy. Big time. Also, I put the where'd it go? The Crop-A-Dile hinge pin fix. This is the pin right here that always breaks on everybody's thing. This is the replacement that is the perfect size for the Crop-A-Dile. There's no cutting anything down. It doesn't get in the way. See, it's a screw-in attachment. And I put the link to it linked up in the top of my link tree because my husband, the engineer, found a fix for this. And that sucker ain't breaking. Okay, this is a hinge pin. It can be used for a motorbike. It's usually used for a AR-15. So yeah, it's like good sturdy. And ever since he put this in here, I have not broken a Crop-A-Dile, and I have 2 of them that I have broken. So it's a little black pin. I have it linked in my thing. All you have to do, line up the holes with this, put some super glue on the end before you screw it in. You do that, it won't ever come out. And then that's the permanent fix. And it actually works better than when I first got it, because it used to be real clunky, and I used to like have to, like, when I pushed it down, it would kind of snap into place, and it's just a poor design. So now, like, I can seriously just do this and it works great. So I did pin that in there because I know I have a lot of people doing that. FYI, if you get one replaced, you can get one replaced by the manufacturer. It's going to break too, just to let you know. It's going to break. They have not fixed it. So, oh, thank you. I did them the other day. I don't know when, Thursday maybe? I don't know. That's where I had hurt I like clipped myself with them sharp tweezers the other day and would not stop bleeding. I had to use 3 Band-Aids. I was like, this is going to be it. This is how I go. From clipping myself with tweezers and slipping, this is it. So, anywho, let's get back to this. This is just some background paper that I had that I'm probably going to use for the background for this. And then I may try to find, like, I do have some kind of oceanic tape that I may use or something like that. But anyways, I'm going to put this like in a card like I did before. So let me put these to the side, and I'm going to tell you what you need for the guts of this thing. Okay? This is dirty. You need a popsicle stick. You need 3 2-inch circles. Okay? Here you go. 3 2-inch circles. You need a piece of sturdy, and this, I recommend sturdy paper for all this. You also need this sheet right here, which is 6 by 2 inches. Okay, 6 by 2 inch sheet. And then this right here is 6 by 4 sheet. And then you need 2 brads for this. 2 brads. Okay, and that's it. That's all you have to use. So 6 by 4 piece of paper, 6 by 2 piece of paper, popsicle stick, 2 brads, 3 2-inch circles. Boom, that's it to make this. Ignore this because this is our picture that would go on here. It's just a stick, this and this that I showed you. So this is what makes this go. Okay, simple, simple. So the first thing we're going to do, okay, let's get everything ready to go. Okay, we're going to take our 6 by 4 sheet and we're just going to fold it in half like this. Okay, and if you don't have a handheld crocodile punch, I highly recommend getting one of these. I think I may have one left in stock that's like this because I had to get the pink one, and so it came in a pack of 2, and that's what happened. So you're just going to fold it in half. Now, over here, what we're going to do is we're going to punch a hole only in the top, about 1 inch with our 1/8 hole size. It's just basically, so I think that's what this was. Hold on. Let me make sure because I don't want to tell you guys the wrong thing. Yep, that's right. I knew I was making it simple. So just kind of eyeball it like here in the middle like this. Okay. And then just go all the way to the end, which is 1 inch. And if you don't have one of these, just make you a hole. Okay. It doesn't have to be square in the middle. It's just our stability thing. Sorry, I'm shaking the whole thing. Okay. Just a stability hole. Okay, that's what we're going to do. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take, just leave this right here. We're going to take our 3 circles and we are going to, let me get this glue off of here. And we have improved our glue caps. We finally found a glue cap or a material where they don't melt. Hallelujah. So we're going to be replacing all of our glue caps with that. And what we're going to do is we're just going to glue these 3 circles together. It's one on top of each other. Like this. Alright. You can take a bone fold or whatever and squishy all that stuff out. But with 3 of these, I found that this works pretty good. 4 is a little bit too much. 2 is not enough. It needs to be 3. Okay. Then we're going to take same side 1/8 inch hole size. We're just going to put it like this because this is a 2-inch circle and do that. And it should get it pretty close to the middle. All right. Now, this is the next part. We're going to go about, I would say, what was it, 3/8 inch from the edge right here in here and make another punch. So I'm just eyeballing it, but right about like that. Okay, so we have the center hole, which is 1 inch, and then this is about 3/8 inch from the side. Okay, and then we're just going to stick a brad pin right here in the middle. Don't fold it over, but just keep it like that so that way it doesn't come out and you lose it like I always do. And then this one will end up going through here, but it's going to be part of the handle. Okay, now let's do the handle. I told you this was super easy. The way I did it anyway, it was easy after I wrote it down, because I had to look at my stuff, because sometimes I just make stuff just to sit there and make it for whatever project, and I don't think about, oh, I may want to make it again, or I may have to teach somebody how to do this. I just do it. And so I'm like, you think being like a homeschool teacher for over 20 years, I would be good at teaching. But when it comes to stuff like this, where I have to figure it out first and figure out what I actually did 3 years ago, makes it difficult. So you're going to take the 6x2 sheet and just fold it long ways in half. Okay. Then you're going to open it up and you're going to take your popsicle stick. And we are going to glue this in here, but we're going to glue it a certain way because I found, I don't know why, but it works better like this. I tried it like 3 different times last night and it worked better. And you're going to glue it like, kind of try to push it all the way to where it's folded. Don't push it all the way to the edge, and it definitely not in the middle. We need this over here space like this. So maybe like leave 1 inch over here, and then just like 1/4 of an inch right there. I got a crooked popsicle stick. And try to push it to the middle as much as you can, but to where it could still fold over. Because if you push it all the way, it ain't going to fold over. So just like that. And then what we're going to do, we're just going to put some glue around the whole thing. So if you put it right to the edge, your paper's not going to seal it in, and we don't want it to show. So you need like this little seal on that outside like that. And that way it will seal all the way around, and it will be good, sturdy handle. And if you ever have something that you want to have a hold of and it's going to be like moving around a lot, like a pull tab or anything, I highly recommend putting a popsicle stick in the inside of it, because it kind of helps the durability of it. Because if you have a 4-year-old that likes to mess with stuff, they can't break it, or if you like to. So just take like a bone fold, kind of go like all the way around it, you know, just squishing it all down, making sure that all that glue is spread and out of there and dispersed. So that's kind of like what I did. Now on the long end here, what we're going to do is we're just going to take it like this, and we're going to fold that piece over. That's all we're going to do. Okay. Now, actually, I'm going to fold it in half, I think. No, I'm going to fold it over. That's right. That's what I did. Fold it over like that. You can kind of see it on here. And then I'm just going to glue that side down. I was actually going to do something with the rest of it yesterday, but I said, nah, I'll just fold it over. And then I was like, no, I'm not going to rewrite it. I'm just going to leave it like that. That way it will be nice and strong. I'm just pushing all this down. Okay, so this is going to be our handle in it. That way it won't break or anything. Okay. Hang on, I got glue on my hands. Oh, gosh. Let me get this off. All right, there we go. Now, what we're going to do is here on this is the opposite end that we glued. We're going to put a little hole right next to where the popsicle stick is. Make sure you don't go through the popsicle stick. Just like right about there. So here's the end of the popsicle stick. Just put the hole like right next to it. Okay. And then this is where this thing is going to go. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we got our circle here and we got our doohickey here. We're going to stick this bad boy in through this hole. And see, when you do it like that length from the thing, when it spins around, I found that that works the best and it doesn't get hung up on this part. So I'm just going to fold these over. Don't glue, don't do any of that stuff. And you can also trim the excess off of this so it doesn't show. It's not really going to show, and it's not that huge of a deal. I didn't know my other one, but if you want it nice and neat and you don't know where your cutters are, where are my cutters? I have these little cutters that I stole from my hut. Oh, there they are. They're just in there. You didn't see them. And you're just going to take it kind of like that. These are good, by the way, if you want to cut any kind of metal. It's supposed to be cut copper wire, and that's why he gets mad at me for taking them, because they're for wires. But man, they work good on the brads. So I just took his, and he bought himself some more. As usually, he just lets me do that because I'm spoiled, I guess. All right, I was getting the glue off my hands. So there we go. So we got our spinning mechanism piece right here that will spin around like this. Now, ordinarily, I would go ahead and put this in here and glue it, but no, I did. I thought he did too. But I'm going to decorate this first before I do that. But I can't glue it because I want it glued to where that part is inside there and covered up. So, where's my sheet? I'm just going to put this paper that I have here, probably just a little bit like over this, you know, just a little sheet over it, just as a little decorative background. And I think that will work. Let me trim that down. This is the new stuff. Now, this is something that I didn't do ahead. I just built the little mechanism. But, you know, that's a great thing. You can decorate it the way you want. So, this piece is 4 by, I believe, 3. Yeah, 4 by 3. So, I'm just going to make it a little bit less than that because I do want the edge. So, I'll do like 3 7/8 by probably like 2 7/8. Give it a nice little border to put on there. And then when we make the card, we'll glue this inside, the whole thing inside that. Look at that. And then I'll just repunch the hole so I'll know where the hole is because of the other side. That's why I went ahead and did the hole punch, because I was like, yeah, let me just do that. Oh, there we go. So if you ever want like just a little border and you have like a even number when you're, you know, sheet of paper, just make it an 1/8 shorter. And you got yourself a little border. And then let me get my punch right here. Line up my hole. And there we go. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick this, the circle one, through here. Push this little down. Don't put any glue in that area. Don't put glue on this whole side. Use this side to put your glue around it because this still has to move like such. It will move, but it's better like this if it moves around. And it's actually going to go like this. Okay, it's going to go this way. I don't know why. I mean, you could do it any way you want to. You know, like this, like this, like this. That's a great thing about those. So, and then let me trim this other one down. This other one's sticking out. I don't want it to stick out. I'm just going to trim the other little brad to the handle like that. And then there it will stick in there. And then we don't have to look at it. So let's put some glue on this. Like that. All right. So there we go. We got moving. You can move that way, this way, all kinds of ways. And if you're doing something else, like if you're doing some kind of steampunk thing, you could use that. That would really work also, you know. So really easy, movable elements. I like doing stuff like this because, I don't know, I think I inherited some of my dad's engineering skills. I think that's what it is. And instead of becoming an engineer, I craft stuff. He's so proud. All right, so what I'm going to do is I got the little maxi sheet here. And I think what I may do is I may cut out another one of these because this is on the back of those, and get the little waves here and kind of create like a layering effect, if that makes sense. And kind of trim this. I want to trim the tree out because it just looks weird being right in the middle of the ocean like that. Let me see if I got another. Yeah, I do. I'm going to cut this out. Get this all set. And then we'll make like a card for it. Decorate that. And then that will be it. Super easy peasy. Now what we can do is we can leave his boat stationary and only move the waves, or we can move the boat and the waves, you know, whichever. We can, I wish this was a little bit thicker so we can use that for other things. Let me cut this out. And I also have some washi tape I can use as wave stuff. It's not really the right color, so I was kind of trying to avoid that because of that, because I didn't want it to be like crazy looking. I also have like paper, and I can try to just cut out like generic looking waves for that also. All right, so there we go. Now, like I said, what we can do is let me get rid of this. I hate this thing, this weirdo tree just in the middle of the ocean. And then I may just cut out his little boat, like cut around it like that, and that may work too. So let me look and see how I want to do this. We got our little thing here. Let me put it up here so I know where the top is. This is actually the perfect length too. Look at that. Can do put the whole boat on here, and then we could also put, let me see how I want to do this. Put this kind of like right here. I don't want to put it all the way on the handle because of, you know, that. And then I can just kind of layer it like this. And I could keep on going down. I know you did. I did what? What did I do? Or the cutout. Dang it. Can't get a hold of this. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like to make it pop up more, you know, like doing like this. I'm going to make it probably even because that way there's enough space on each side. And then what I will probably do is I may cut around all of this, you know, get rid of all that crap. And then I wonder if I could put, oh, wait a minute. If I put this down a little bit, and then I did like a 3D tape on the wheel. Let me cut this out first. That way I can envision it. I'm not gonna cut these stringy things in here because it's too small. And what I can do is I could put this, maybe put a card behind this just to make it a little bit more stable, you know, because of that lovely points. I actually have some 3D tape right here. I got it out because I was like, let me get this out just in case I need it. There we go. All right, let me put, oh, there's one. Let's see. Pick a, I kind of like the blue background better than what was on there. Than the white one? Yeah. Hello. Hello, hello. Yeah, look, I get a whole big, huge thing of 3D tape. So what I'm thinking is I may, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I know I have white. Where is it? Picket fence. What I may do is I may use some ink and put some clouds in there. you know, just to make it fancy. But if I glue this like on the handle like that, and make sure you don't glue over, like I said, the brad thing. And then I really want to try and put it like on the wheel too and see if it will actually, I don't know if it will go around. Hang on, let me think about the physics of this. It would have to be, okay, no, it won't go around, because if I put it on the wheel, that means that the tape part has to be able to clear that. And I don't know, let me do this, if that would, because see, that's not a huge enough gap. And if it's on here like this, and when it goes around, it has to be able to clear under that and stuff. I mean, it may, I don't know, let me check. I don't know, am I physicking right? Am I thinking about the physics right? You know what I could do? Let me try this. I'll stick it on this one, since this one isn't, this one's my template. Let me see. I was going to stick it like right here, right? Like that. So then when this part is like on there, like it would, oh no, it's not going to work, because then it would be sideways like this. Yeah. Okay, so that's not going to work. So that just cleared that up. All right, so what we'll do is we'll stick this, glue this together, put some clouds on it, and then glue this like here, so that way we can still use the little handle. And then we'll 3D glue these, or 3D tape these on top, so it looks, you know, better. Washer, what do you mean a washer? Laundry washer? You need a washer? I've had my washer since like, oh my gosh, I think like my washer and dryer since like 2015. Man, it had so many issues. First got it, and I was like, thank goodness we got that little protection plan thingamabobber, like when we bought it. But then what happened was it got to the point where it's a Samsung, and I'm like, never again. And it got to the point where the Samsung dude came out, you know, who actually works for Samsung and not just like some local technician that the plan pays for. And he fixed it and hadn't had any problems since, knock on wood. And that was like, I don't even know, it was like before 2020. It's like 2018 maybe. We were having all kinds of problems with that thing, all kinds. Let me get my picket fence stuff up here. White, what's this? And I also have some of the, whoa, my chair went flying. I know. I mean, when we got it fixed, it was fine. After that, I'm no complaints. You just have to, like, we just had to keep up like the regular maintenance, you know, and doing that weird thing that you got to do to the front. You know what I'm talking about? Like where you have to clean it out or whatever. That. And then once we started doing that, it was okay. Oh, I gotta pay. Here, let me bring you guys down so I can see when my little doohickey comes up. Samsung is good at mobile devices and like TVs, but like nothing else. That's how I feel. They're just good at that kind of stuff, and that's it. Oh, before I forget, I found 4 ABC stamp sets that I had left over, that these in upper and lower case that are still sealed. I have 4 of them, 2 upper, 2 lower. I'm going to be adding them to my Etsy shop. Probably after this live. I got so much stuff. I didn't add it all in when I first got it. I thought I was going to use it, but then I ended up having that set. Oh, really? Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that really sucks. Thank you guys for all the likes and all that good stuff. That helps keep me in the algorithm. All right. These little brushes here. I'm just going to put some, whoop. No idea if that's on there. Let me see. Oh, yep. I'm going to just make a few little, if I can. I could see it from this angle. I don't know if you guys can. All right, let me do a darker one. This is one of those ones that's a little bit deceiving. I'm just going to kind of do a little of that. Oh, that actually looks decent. Doesn't look too bad, I don't think. Let me see what it looks like now on camera. A little bit of cloudage going on there. Alright, I'm not going to do too much because I think I don't want to overdo it. I'm an overdoer. Big time. Put these right here. Okay, so this is going to go like over this, like that. What I may do is I may pop it up like this too with the thing. I think I'm going to do that just to make it more, you know. I think that'll work. I think I'm going to do it right. Yeah, do you think I should do it like right there so that way the edge can kind of hang off? I think I'm getting that right. Let's do it right there. And then I can put this right over there. I'll just do the whole thing across. Should be fine. Let's see. Hello, hello. All right, let me bring this a little bit closer so I can see what's happening. A little. It's just giving a layering effect, which, you know, I like to do. So it's, ooh, he's sailing over whatever. You know what I mean? Oh, it's really easy too. It's like the most, it's probably one of the simplest inserts I did. I had to do homework because when I made it before, I just wingdinged it. I didn't have any kind of instructions or anything like that. That I thought that is like a perfect color. And I just, you know, that's how I kind of did it. So I sat down to make sure that I had things like written out, you know, all that good stuff. I think I may put this up here too. I kind of like it. It kind of matches all that. I put this on the front too. Definitely going to be too big. Let me do it this way. Yeah, just cut it off. Now I need my freaky tweezers. Oh, did you hear Ruby? Yeah, she was, I think Jeremy was asking her something. Ooh, she's been such a rotten butt here lately, too. I said, what is wrong with you? Like, seriously. I was like, control yourself, talk to me like a big girl. And then she's like, okay, I'm calm now. And I was like, thank goodness. And then her sisters just roll their eyes because they think she gets away with everything. I said, well, she probably does. Not so much for me. It's her daddy. What, just now? She said, okay. I don't know what she was even going on. Oh, she had to sit down because she was getting the dog all riled up. And Jeremy was trying to like put a new doorknob on the front door and it was getting him all rattled, you know. And he's like, would you stop? Go sit down. All right. So there's our, whoops, our little effect. And like I said, you could turn it this way, which actually that doesn't look too bad like that. I may actually glue it that way. Or you can turn it this way. Or we can do it like that. I mean, it doesn't matter. But this thing is the thing that we're going to use to glue onto our little card to make it. And then I think on the front of the card, I may frame it with the washi tape too. And then I'll put some little doohickey on the front. Let me think. What color? I want something. I just may do the blue because I just think it kind of all goes together. And I'm going to make a card out of the, like, I like using the black paper, it matches. Okay, let me move this over. I'm trying to watch for my security thingamabobber. I'm going to put this right here. And I think I want to make it, I think I'm going to make it sideways like this. And I'll just put it like here in the middle or something. And then I can put like maybe a writing spot or something down here. And that way it's more like an insert, you know, or something like that. So yeah, I'll just glue it like this. Actually, that looks like it's maybe like the perfect size too. May shorten it just a tad. This is just a regular size, what, 8.5 by 11 sheets. Those are my go-to sheets. Oh, that was the other thing. I had a lot of requests for like my line digitals that I've been using in my journals, like the love letters, this one, the garden house one I just did. I'm at 1, 2, 3. I don't know. I have like a bunch of them. And I had requests to make it into a digital and sell them in my Etsy shop. So I'm working on getting them like protected and stuff like that, so nobody can, you know, modify them or steal them or do anything weird to them. There's so many shady people. Should pop up in about 4 minutes. Okay. And my husband's protecting them for me, so I'll get them added in. I do have, like, when I did the Blue Dream journal, hang on, I'm trying to get this glue off my hands. I made the paper for that also to theme with it, and that one's in there. And then, of course, just the regular lines are in there. And grid paper, dotted grid. I even have music note paper. Ooh, I may actually modify that one and put fancy stuff in it now. Like, just do plain one, and then I'll have a new updated one, because it's like really easy to do. Only takes me like a couple minutes to draw something out. I know, gosh. What gets me is the people who have like hundreds of thousands of, or even millions of followers, and then they see a video on TikTok and then copy it verbatim for their own content. It's like, dude, are you seriously that lacking that you could not sit there and like find your own content to make? You have like hundreds of thousands and millions of followers, you know? Are you just losing creativity, I guess? I don't know, but that's just, that irritates me. I'm like, dude, duh. I'm trying to decide if I want to. Okay, so if I put this here, so what I may do, I had glue on my fingy. It got stuck. What I may do is, I think I'm going to move this like right about, no, I think I like it better this way. I'll put it right about here. And then what I think I'm going to do is I'll put like a little writing spot down here, and that will work. Yeah. Let me see if any of these, this kind of dark, but I think it works. Let's just cut this one right here. Or, oh, wait a minute. I do have this one, the one with the weird, I'll put that one on the front. Or on the back. Maybe this one on the front, I don't know. Alright, let me move that. Cut this little doodad off. Don't have a printer? Why don't you have a printer? All right, let me see. So that would be what, 4 1/4? Yeah, 4 1/4. So I'm gonna cut it down to a little less than that, because it's in the, well, these are gonna go on the outside, I think. Like 4 1/8. Let me do this and get this off of here. My wedding rings? These? My wedding rings. Really? Oh, that's just ridiculous. Well, okay, no, it's not ridiculous because I have seen somebody copy my whole desk setup. My like when I don't have this white thing on, everything is pink. And I've seen people like do that, and not only copy that, they copy my nails, my watch, my other watch that I had before this. But really, oh, that's kind of weird, because I mean, like I have mine are monogrammed and everything in the inside, you know. What did I say these? Okay, yeah. No, why does that seem too small? That does seem too small. You got me distracted. What did I just do with that? Oh. Really? Oh, that is. What am I thinking? I am not paying attention. Hold on. Hold on. You got me all tore up after that. I was like, what? Oh, yeah. I don't know why. It's like, come on, just do your own thing, you know? Or I see somebody who tries to do like something like that I know I created myself, like came up with it from scratch, and they do it very poorly, and that's just insulting. If you're gonna copy, at least do it right. Not mean. Oh, that's so weird though. Who does that? Okay, what was I doing now? Okay, so this is gonna be like, let's see, 4. No, it's gotta be more than that. Oh, I'm thinking of the wrong side. I'm such a bonehead. Hold on. I know, right? Okay, so 5.5. I'm gonna say 5.5 will probably be about right because that's 11. So we'll do 5 3/8. That's what I meant to do. 5 3/8 by. Hey Sherry. 5 3/8 by like less than 8.5 because it's a whole sheet. Let me pull this sucker out real quick. So 8 3/8 by 5.5. There we go. My brain just finally, went back to normal. Really, it just took me for a loop. 5 3/8 by, let me cut out this bad side. 5 3/8. You did. Was it a weird one? It wasn't like, is it because it's Pride Month? I smelled something burning. What is that? I can't tell if it's food. Or what? Hold on. Hang on one second. Echo. Turn volume up to 5. Echo. Stop. Echo. Drop in living room echo.
Okay, dropping in.
Hey. What is that smell? It smells like something's burning.
It was me, sorry.
Okay.
Daddy.
Echo. Hang up. Oh, that sounds like fun. I don't know if I would like UK food though. Well, I probably would because my Echo. Play dance updated playlist on shuffle. My family is from like Maine, and they lived on the border of Canada, but they're very like New England eaters, but English eaters, I guess would be the way to say it. Because, you know, like beans on toast and stuff like that. I didn't know that was an English thing until my dad told me. And I was like, I think that's the bomb. I like it. I don't like vinegar though. All right, so that's going to be the first in the outside. Let me get one for the inside. I think I'll use this thing. I got so many distractions in this house. Like, I think somebody's burning my house down. And then she got me tore up about the ring thing. Beans on toast. Okay, I have to ask now, the condiment situation with sandwiches, like putting butter on like a ham and cheese sandwich, why? That sounds blasphemous. Absolutely blasphemous. I don't understand that. Like we eat like mayo, mustard, you know, stuff like that, but not like actual, you know, weirdness. I'm gonna make this 5 1/4 for the inside. I know. Why do you guys do that? That's weird. I swear, if you ever come to America and you come here, you're gonna have a public sub. Those are the best. That's all I grew up eating. And you're like, it tastes so good with like oil and vinegar on it. Boar's head ham and cheese. Oh my gosh, my mouth is watering. Boar's head is like, I don't care how expensive it is. My husband complains about the price all the time. I'm like, and me and my oldest daughter are the ones that eat it. I know, but you need to bring you some like stomach stuff, or just get some here, because like people who are not used to it, they like, it's almost like you go into anaphylaxis, you go into shock the first time. You know, your stomach won't like you. It's gonna be like, oh my gosh, chemicals, all these chemicals. Let me find my, oh goodness, so many chemicals. Actually, they're trying to get better about it, but, and all the meat you can eat. Oh, I'm not hungry. I give anything for some Checkers right now. Gosh. When my dad told me there's no Checkers here where we live in Tennessee, it's like down in Chattanooga, I was like, I want to go home. That's what I told him. He was like, really? Over Checkers? And I was like, yes. Yes, it is high in sugar. We're American. Everything is high in sugar. You just look at it and you're obese in this country. That's what it is. That's why we're chunky. That's why we have meat and girth to us. For sure. Especially in the South. Oh, I love cheddar so much. You don't know what you're missing either until it's gone. That's how I felt when they took the Krispy Kreme out. Like, never ate there, but maybe once in a great while. But I like to have the option. They take it away. I know, right? Me too. I love cake. Like, I always told myself, if like I could be granted 3 wishes, it would be 1, eat anything that I want and never be unhealthy and never gain any weight from it. My body just absorbed it the way it would, like, if it was healthy food. I do the what if game with Jeremy all the time. It drives him crazy. Like yesterday, I told him, I said, what would you do if I told you I was pregnant right now? He'd be like, I'd be like, how is that possible? And he falls for it all the time. Let's do the edge real quick, because when you cut these, I know, right? I was totally in support of Marie Antoinette saying, just let them eat cake. I've been like, okay. I have a t-shirt that says that. I think it says I took her advice and I'm eating only cake. That's like Jack too. He's so spoiled rotten. Every morning he comes into the kitchen, and I don't drink like a cup of coffee every single morning, just like once in a while. But he still comes in the kitchen and like sits there and just stares at me, and I'm like, what do you want? And I try to pet him, and he pushes my hand away, and I'm like, I know what you want. You want Cool Whip. And because usually I put some zero sugar Cool Whip on my coffee, just a little dollop, for cream. And he is obsessed with flipping Cool Whip. So I sit there and I walk up to him when I'm going to make coffee, and I'm like, Brian, do you want some Cool Whip? I always do that to him. And he just sits there and he's as still as he can be. He's like, I'm going to sit here and be a good boy and get my Cool Whip. And he's like, got to do it every single morning. I said, if the vet tells me you're not allowed to have Cool Whip anymore, then I ain't giving you any more Cool Whip, but like once in a while. And then, of course, our other dog, Maggie, comes up and she's like, where's mine? And I'm like, dog, you don't like Cool Whip. She likes the idea of it. And that's it. And I try, and I'm like this morning, I was like, look, you don't like it. And she just sits there and she sniffs it and then walks away. And then Jack's like, all mine. He's hilarious. See, I'm not a big ice cream person. I like all the crap that you can put in it. Like, we have this place called Culver's and Freddy's here, which is kind of like Culver's. And, like, I'll get an ice cream from there. This is what I do. I'm like, okay, I want, like, I usually get vanilla or, like, some kind of flavored ice cream. I don't mind chocolate ice cream, but I really got to be in the mood for it. But I usually I'm like, I want a vanilla ice cream, and I want like caramel sauce in it. And then I want Heath bar pieces, and I want M&Ms, and I want cookie dough, and I want Oreos all crushed up in it. And I want a lot of it. I want like half the cup of that. And so I just like just a little bit of ice cream with my candy. That's how I like ice cream. Like, I will never eat just plain like ice cream by itself. I can't do it. I just don't like it that much. I like gelato better. I'd rather have a cupcake. And I'm picky about cake too. I don't like chocolate cake. I hate it so much. And I only like vanilla or like other, I don't even like red velvet cake, okay? Because I had a full-blown argument with Jeremy the other day because he loves red velvet cake. And I said, I hate red velvet cake. Why do you offer that to me? I don't like chocolate cake. And then my 14-year-old did not realize that red velvet cake is just chocolate cake with the dye in it. And I was like, duh, can't you taste it? And she was like, no, I thought it was something different. And I was like, yeah, it probably tastes different because of all the chemicals in it from the dye, but it's just chocolate cake. I said, you know what it is? It's trans cake. It's chocolate cake wanting to be red velvet cake or red, but it's actually not red. It's just chocolate. So, and I had a full-blown argument with Jeremy about this the other day, and he was just dying laughing because I went off on how fake and phony red velvet cake was. I was like, and last night I had an argument with him about what is that guy's name? This thing still hasn't came on yet. The guy who played on Ever After as the prince, is it Dougray Scott or Dougray Scott or something like that? I can't stand that guy. I hate him so much for no valid reason whatsoever. And anytime my hubs is watching something with him in it, I'm like, what are you watching? Oh gosh, it has a dude in it I don't like. And he's like, why don't you like him? And I was like, I don't know. I have no valid reason. Every time I see his face, it just makes me mad. And I don't know why. I can't stand him. I think he's ruined everything I've seen. Like, we were watching Mission Impossible 2 because Jeremy's wanting to watch them all, because the new one's coming out. And I'm like, I don't want to watch that. It has a dude in it that I don't like. And I don't know why I don't like him. I've tried to come up with a reason, but for some reason, every time I see him in anything, I'm like, oh gosh. And when he tries to do an American accent, he really sucks at it. Maybe that's why. I don't know. No, not Tom Cruise. Well, yeah, Mission Impossible, but he's in, his name is like Dougray Scott or Dougray Scott, and he's the bad guy in Mission Impossible 2. And it was where Tom Cruise, oh my gosh, I'm not a Tom Cruise fan, but he looked dang good in that one. I don't like guys with long hair, but I take his gorgeous hair in that movie any day. But he's got like the longer hair. It came out like in 2000. And Jeremy was downstairs and he was about to watch it. And I was like, what are you watching? And he's like, Mission Impossible 2. And I was like, is that the one where Tom Cruise has long hair and he's like rock climbing in the beginning? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, I saw that a long time ago. I was on a date at the movies. And he was like, really? With who? And I was like, what year was it? What year did it come out? What year was it? And Ella lost it. I don't know why she lost it. And I was like, well, I have to know. Because, I mean, if I was in high school, it could have been, like 2 different people. If I wasn't, it could have been somebody else. And it came out like in 2000. That's how I know it. It did. I will say that Tom Cruise looked dang good, though, in Maverick. Oh, my gosh. If he wasn't such a weirdo, he'd be almost like aging like a fine wine kind of guy. But, yeah, he was pretty hunky. He had long hair like he did in, what's that movie with Tim Curry where he plays the devil? Is it Legend, maybe? I don't know. I think it's Legend. Alright, I'm putting these on the front because I want to use these stickers to put on there. I think it will look good. I thought Maverick was a really good movie. I liked it. It's like action-packed kind of movie. It's rare to see good movies anymore. Actually, I was telling people on my live, I think maybe last time or the time before, that the movie Damsel on Netflix was actually pretty good. It has Millie Bobby Brown in it. It's a pretty decent movie. And then we made the mistake of watching the other one that has her and Chris Pratt in it, and it sucks so bad. I don't recommend it. But yeah, Tom Cruise had big cojones for doing all them stunts. Oh, I'd believe it. I heard he's not a very likable person in real life. I mean, but let's see. How did I want to put this? I think I'm going to put this this right in here. All right, so I want it to be able to go like maybe right about there. Yeah, I think that would be work. And then I could put like a little writing spot here. And then, yeah, I think that'll work. Get all this extra glue off. So this is the part that you'll glue in whatever it is that you're making it for. Didn't he have something weird happen like just recently with like a fish or something like that? I remember hearing something about that. I think I'm gonna put this right here. Make sure this is straight. And just turn this around. All right, so wee. All right, so then I'm just gonna put that looks pretty good. That's straight. I feel like it's not straight. Yeah, that's straight now. All right, so let me find some lined paper. Oh. This is my, yeah, it's my, I got this lined paper right here. I like it because it's like brown. So I think I'll use this. It's really thin. I'm just going to take a couple of sheets out of here. My laundry list paper. Maybe a Jenga block. Wait a minute. Sorry. Hold on. I don't know what a Jenga. What do you mean a Jenga block? Hold on. Let me move this right here real quick. Sorry. That's what I'm talking about. Or something like that. Anyways, but so, you know, we're watching the Mission Impossible, you know, movies right now. And I think the only one I had actually seen like all the way through was like the second one. I don't know if I had seen any of the other ones because I was at the movie theater. But the first one I hadn't seen all the way through until Jeremy was watching it. And I was like, ooh, Tom Cruise. And then I sat down and I was like, I watched it and it wasn't that great. I don't think the first one was that great at all. The second one was better. I'm gonna cut this. I'm just gonna do it this way so I don't have to set my cutter up here. Let's see, this says, oh, yeah, these can come off. I forgot about those. See this? And then just, it says, the principal thing in this world is to keep one's soul aloft. Aloof? Is that aloof? Is that how you spell that? Gustav Flaubert. I don't know. I think what I may do is I may put this like right here. This make a good little writing spot. And I think I'm going to cut it down right there. Let me get my trimmer. The thing never came up, so I just left the thing down here. Is this an okay view for you guys? Because I can lift it back up. I'm going to round these, I think. So much stuff in here that I think I need to clean it out finally. I don't like faraway views either because I like to see what people are doing. I'm blind as a bat though. I'm like, I wear contacts because, like, you know, if I didn't, Lord help me. Lord. Where did that, oh. And by the way, this is the freebie for my Etsy shop for June. I haven't had one like this, so I was like, I want a cacti freebie. So I designed it, and there are freebies with all of our orders. Not for sale. Sorry. Do it just a tiny bit, and then I'll probably stick like some stickies on there just to make it look spiffy, and then I'll put something down here. So I'm gonna use my roller tape. Where is that? I'm not sure how it will work. I do it slow because this is very thin paper. And I don't want to rip it because I don't want to have to do all that again. Oh my gosh, I have to tell you guys, I'm gossiping about people that my daughter works with because I don't work there and I don't care. But God, she has to deal with some crazy, crazy people. There's this chick who works with her who's like in her 20s. Okay, my daughter's only 19. She just turned 19 in February. She's a manager where she works because she already has her associate's degree and she's going to get her bachelor's degree next year from UT. So she has this manager job she's working at. Because she has like 4 certificates and God knows what now. I can't keep up with her anymore. She's just one of those very ambitious people who's actually taking advantage of mommy and daddy paying for all of her expenses, like her room and board, her cell phone bill, gas, all that stuff, like I wish my middle child would do, but she won't take advantage of it so she can go to college. And it ticks me off, and that's a whole nother story. Where did I put my... Oh. And she, so she works with this chick. I call her Crazy Town. She calls her whack job. And this chick is like, I don't even know where to start. First of all, she's the queen of too much information. given. Like, she tells everybody her issues, like, you know, mental health issues. And at work, like it's anybody's business. I don't know why she would. I don't know if she does it for attention or what. But she also like vapes and smokes cigarettes and uses the nicotine patch. And my daughter's convinced it's messing her brain up. And I was like, it probably is. Because, man, I've seen too many people have issues on those things, you know? And hang on, I'm just marking this. Oh, here, I'll move this over. I'm just marking it here. And she like I said, all right, I'm right here. She just like tells everybody her business and stuff. But the problem that I have and that my daughter has is she brings all that mess to work with her. And then my daughter, who, like, you know, I told you guys she's having problems with her heart and stuff. And she had to wear a heart monitor for like a week. And they found lots of cardiac activity. They first thought she had pericarditis, have fluid around her heart. And then they said that she may have POTS, which is something, sounds crazy, but so I don't even know. And it took them 4 months to sit here and where's my you know, and let her know. So she's already dealing with her own issues of feeling like crap, you know, and stuff. And this chick will sit there and say, like, she never shows up to work on time. And she'll call in and she'll be like, I'm having a crisis right now. I don't know if I can come in, you know, and stuff like that. And my daughter's like super nice and super sweet. And she's not a confrontational person like her mother. You know, I don't know where she gets it from because she didn't get it from me. And she's just like, well, if you can get here, that's fine. You know, she's just real nice and sweet about it. And when she told me her name, and I can't even remember what her name is now, it was something really weird. I was like, well, that's her problem right off the bat right there when she was first telling me about this. And I was like, when you give a kid that kind of name, what do you expect them to do? And so she talks to me about like what's happening, but she apparently is now like in a facility because she like assaulted a family member or something. But she was doing shady stuff at work, just weird stuff, very inconsiderate. And I'm like, how does she expect to make it in this world? I don't get it. Like when I was like 23 or 24, well, I had a baby, but even before that, you know, I went to work, I went to school, I just did what I was supposed to do, paid my bills. You know, I don't understand how people just don't. I don't get it. It really makes me mad. You know, like how do people function in this world not doing what they're supposed to do? And it boggles Kaylin's mind too, because Kaylin, even though she's 19, she acts like she's like already 30. I call her an old biddy all the time because she's very mature for her age, and which is great. But I always tell her you need to loosen up a little bit, okay? Or you're gonna end up such a bitter person, and you don't want to be like that. You know, you don't, trust me. And so she tries to, you know, lighten up, and she always wants to hang out with me when she gets home, which I love. I think I'm gonna put this right here, and I'll probably put something on it. Yeah, why not? I may put the oh, you know what? I may be able to find a little quote or something from one of my books. Here, let me put this up a little bit. But I feel bad. I feel bad for her. She's like, this is just extra stress that I don't need. And I'm like, I know you don't. So I just let her vent it out to me. And I'm like, okay, here's what I know from experience. I was like, first of all, your store manager should not be putting up with that. If she cannot adhere to the schedule and the job that, you know, she was originally hired for, then see ya. You know, she's not going to learn anything until she, you know, is not hireable. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm going to put the stickers on there, but I'm just doing the front real quick. I'm going to do the stickers in the front and everything. And the frame thing. I'll put the frame thing probably around this, maybe. I didn't forget. I got it right over there. And I know, and I'm like, I know it stresses you out, but you don't need to let it, you know. And then there's this one chick who's like older than me. She's like 45, who works there and just acts like she's 14 too, you know. Nobody thanks me for anything that I do around here. Me. And I've heard her in there when I've been in there before, and I'm just like, I was like, I couldn't work there. I couldn't. I just couldn't do it. I'm too much of a blunt person to work with the public, I think, anymore. I really do. Oh, I found a card that my grandmother gave me. Look at how pretty my grandmother's writing is. At 91 years old. And I mean, she's got it going on. I was in here looking at my quote books. Let me see. That may have something in there. I don't know. I have a whole bunch of these. Oh, there we go. But I have one. We don't need any for ladies. And we don't need any love notes. Put these back. And then I have one for exquisite young men. And I have one for Cosmos stuff. Let me look in here. Let's find one about sailing. I'll put it right here, and then we'll put stickers on it. And the stickers around, and then it should be good. Just to make it like that. What?
Can I use your white acrylic marker you just got?
Yeah, they're right there. Oh, so you do have a use for them.
I absolutely do. And I appreciate you getting them.
I think this might be it right here. Look at that. Just like moons and like suns with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still all right. That might be a good one. I know. I can't. I don't know how she does it. She's like way better person than I am. What is Kaylin home?
I haven't seen her yet.
You haven't? Can you text her and see what time she's coming home? And ask her if she's okay. Because yeah, I would too. So I'm gonna put this right in here, and I'm just gonna like share it. See, I knew there would be like some kind of quote that would fit. I like using these for journal spreads and stuff like this. And they're from the Sugar Booing Company. I have a link to their stuff in my bio. They have a few stationery stuff. Don't look at their decor. Oh my gosh, it's expensive. So I'm going to just put that in there. But I like their stationery stuff. I actually just got something from them. What did I get? Oh, I got a watercolor book. They started selling watercolor books, and I wanted one that had paper in it. I needed more paper anyway. But I feel bad for her because like when she's at school and everything over here at UT, and she cuts her work hours down, so she's not working like as like she worked like 20 hours of overtime last week, and it's because one of the other ladies is out, like she just had a baby, and so she's working overtime and she's on summer break. So when she's not, and then she like is at school, you can just tell she's like happier, and I just feel bad for her because she really is like the sweetest person. You know, all my kids are sweet in their own way until they start talking. No, I'm kidding. They're all pretty good. Ella's one of those types of people that can talk to anybody. She's like me. She's just, you know, happy-go-lucky person. Let me get all these little thingies off here. But I always teach my kids, I'm like, do not be mean to people. Be nice. I don't want to put it all the way to the edge because then I feel like it's gonna, let me do it just on this one. And then I'll just cut it down. Let me get it's kind of see-through, so it will still work. Probably should have stuck that. Where are my tweezers at? Whoop. Oh. I'm all tangled up. I try, My kids are, pretty understanding kids. They don't care what you do in your life. I know a lot of people assume that when people who are Christian, raise their kids, they teach them to hate other people. No. True Christians don't. We are nice to everyone. And if you run into a Southern Christian, they usually will sit there and just talk behind your back. That's what I've seen anyway. I'm like, oh goodness. AKA my mother-in-law. Lord, I always tell Jeremy, I was like, gosh, your mom needs to quit gossiping so much. What's wrong with her? And then what I'll do is I'll just go over this again. Yeah. Well, we do. But we also go to a really fantastic one. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better one, honestly. Our preacher's funny. Funny. He's all over the internet, too. YouTube. Charles Lawson. He's a really good preacher. He doesn't judge anybody. He's one of those, like, good old boys. We've had people come from different countries to come be members of a church. We sit behind a guy who's from Greece. He's so hard to understand, though. I just shake my head and nod because I can barely hear as it is if I don't wear my hearing aids. And lots of California people. A lot of them. Ooh, I think I kind of like that. I wanted to put the blow like right there, so that's why I'm kind of chopping them off. That happens, but it's not. That just shows you that how flawed people actually are. You know what I mean? Nobody's perfect, and we've been to churches where things just went down the crapper. It happens, you know. And what do? You just move on. And then hopefully, and it may take you some time to find another church and then, straighten this up. That's a life old story. But there's no, they don't care how you dress. They're just happy that you're there. And that's really all that matters. Here, let me take this off and do this again. Not exactly straight. I have not. The security thing never came up. Now this happened to me last year too. Like when I would go live consistently all the time, but schedule them, then that little security thing would not come up. Which way does this go? Okay. Oh, that looks so cute. You think I should stick like maybe one across the bottom like here and maybe one across the top? Or should I put that? Wait a minute, I have other washi tape too. I forgot about that. Hold on. Got this one. Also have these. Oh, wait a minute. I got this one. This one's a dark one. This one has a bunch of seams in it. Maybe I'll do this one. Yeah, I'll just do like a strip like across the top and across the bottom. I think that will work. Like maybe like right, because I don't want to put it on the corners because I just decorated those. Right there. Lay out the what stickers are you talking about? Like the ephemera stickers? Is that what you're? Yeah, see, like that. And I'll just do an edge from there to there. I think that'll be good. And then I'm gonna get these. I have these. I have more of these too. I have these. I still got these. I got some of these. Let's see what else do I got. And let me cut this one off. Paper's like good and stiff, like my man. Let's keep going with this. All the stuff. I do have a ton of stuff. Alright, hang on. Yeah. Alright. And I'm taking all these little things. Alright, so this I'm gonna put right here. I have that hold on. That thing go. This I can put like right there, like that. Why is my thing so dark? Hold on. I think it turned my brightness. No, I didn't. Okay. Tons of fun stuff. How's that? Put that, and then maybe, like, let me see what I got in here. I'm gonna put these with the other ones. Oh, this here. You head first. Like this, maybe. And then, and put him like, maybe like that. I got, or, oh, wait a minute. I got the little boat right here. Maybe like, what about that? Or, I don't think it would look right. Yeah, it don't really look right. It kind of looks better like that. And then maybe this all the way to the edge because it's got weird sides to it. Like that. I think that looks better than the little dude right here. And then I can put him like in the inside along with little monster. Wish I had that little dog. You know the dog that he chases around the house like a little psycho? I used it last time though. Yeah, so we'll use that. Alright, so this looks good like this. Let me put this on first then. Susan Leia. Hi everyone. Welcome, 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 welcome. I'm not ignoring you guys on Facebook or YouTube. You guys can comment, say hi, say whatever. Just be nice. No, I'm kidding. You guys are always nice and quiet. Alright, I think that looks good. Hello, hello, how are you? Oops. I like it when they have these stickers that are split in the back, but maybe like this. There we go. And then we're going to put, because it makes it easier to take them off, but if you like can't get these off, see, that's the only thing. I don't like folding, like, you know, messing them all up. But if you can't get them off, you just take like your finger on the edge like that, you see, like that, and just do that, because I hate bending up the stickers. It's the only bad thing. Oh, thank you. There we go. All right, so, and I think the quote, I know it's not wild things, but you know, it has something to do with the sea. It's close enough. All right, so let me put this in here. Let me get all these out of the way. All right, and these, and these, and these. That way we can work on this just a tad. I'm gonna end up having another injury because of these. Okay, let's see. Now I could, what about taking some of this trim and maybe putting it down the side, or should I save that for another one? I think that'd be good. I'll get these out of the way. Please don't. Oh, I thought you were talking about the trim, and I was like, wait a minute. I know, right? Maybe do this. Wow. And then get all these little goobers off. Put him like right there. I know, that was so bad. That thing got in the way too. And then I lost it when I went to sleep, and it was stuck to Jeremy's back when he woke up. And I just was hoo-ha laughing. I almost peed on myself. I was laughing so hard. That looks nice. like this one right here. No. It's hard to make it straight because it's actually crooked on purpose. Well, that's him running after the little thingy. No, he didn't even know it was there. I don't know how he doesn't know things are stuck to him. Like, oh, my favorite thing to do, if he makes me mad, like when I take my contacts out because they're dailies, instead of throwing them in my garbage can next to my bed, I flick them at him and then they'll be stuck to his back in the morning time. And he'll be like, what is that? And he's like, really? Really? And I'm like, well, that's for this, this, and this. That's what you get. I'm such a fun person to live with. You would think that, well, he doesn't gross out very easy. I'm going to put like a, you think I should put like another little monster right here? I don't want to put anything over here because it might be too much. But maybe a little sticker. Let me try a little one. Or how big? That might be a little bit too big. I'll just do a little monster guy. Or instead of putting it here, I could put him like up here maybe. Yeah, I think that will be good. I'm gonna put him right there. That way this can keep it open. Oh, the little clouds do look pretty good. Okay. Well, just so if you want to make clouds with a brush and stuff, it's Picket Fence and what was that other one? Lost Shadow. They make pretty good clouds. Pretty good. I also got like a little book here. I don't want to do too much because I always feel like I'm an overdoer. Like I like to crowd this space up big time. Like if I don't stop, I won't stop, kind of thing. But see, then it's not like a nice little writing page. Oh, I could put something right here. Let me put a little plant or something on the little handle right here. There we go. Let's put that there. So I think that's pretty. Oh, it feels like a book. It's like super. What? What are you saying, hey Jennifer, for? Should I put something on the back? I could try to find maybe like another quote to put on the back. Let me see. Let me see what I got here. I have these lunchtime, ultimate lunchtime notes. I used to stick stuff in here, but I kind of want like the same kind of quote. I told you, aren't these cute? I love these things. Ooh, what's that? What's that? I hate it when I find something in here and then I can't find it again. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, see, these are from my hubby. That's right. Okay, so little book of encouragement. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if we can find another kind of, I don't want a long one because then like when, I know, but I just don't know what to stamp though. Oh, that one's not bad. That's a maybe. Let me stick something right here. There we go. See, I'm trying not to pick one that's too long. Like these two long ones, I use those for other things. Then I gotta hold it there in my video, and I'm like, okay, read it. That one may be good. Can y'all read that? Or is it too far away? I'm trying to hold still. On this, oh, I don't know if that will show up on that one. I'll have to see. Hold on. Let me see if it will. I got a piece of paper right here. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know if it will work because my stamps, I've only ever used black on them, and I don't clean them because I'm terrible. I think I got some other one. The green paper. What green paper? Oh, the blue. I'm trying to think if I have any stamps where I could use white, because I don't know if I can use white with these. If they'll show up. Let me see if they'll show up on any other color. Here, I'll just pick one. All right. It would have to be the white. I don't have a refill for this either. I need to get one. Here, let me just get a spare piece of paper right here and see how it does. I mean, it's not bad. It kind of blends in a little bit. Oh, you're talking about the blue. Where's my sheet? Oh. I have like a darker blue. If it's too light, it definitely will not show up. The same color that I used for the sky, I think it's this one right here. Ruby likes blue, and so this is like one of the most used little pad things that we've had. But yeah, it does. It's a little bit too white. Yeah. So that, let me try this one. Be like black on that one. Ooh. Oh, that's so weird. It's like it's almost not even stamped. Oh gosh, so faded. That is weird. Look, it just rubbed completely off. Wait a minute, what is this? This is, whoop. This is an oxide. That could be also, because Picket Fence doesn't come in the oxide ones. And if you don't have oxide, it doesn't work as well. These ones that come in the black, I always have to use ones in the brown, the Distress Ink Oxide, because they're permanent. These are not. All right, I don't know. I'll have to do that. I don't know what to use though. I think this one is a good one though. I like that one. I haven't even been through the whole thing. But if I find one that's small, I could sit there and do that too. That's a good one. I was sitting here thinking. Stinking thinking. Put this here. Oh my goodness, it's almost 4:15 already. All right, well, I'll put this on here. And now I can make some tags and stuff next time, and then I'll have some quotes ready. What the heck? That seed? No, I ain't reading all that. And that way I can put those in the little envelope thing that I'm gonna use, the origami thing for Tuesday. That gives me a good idea for that. Know what I mean? So yeah, I think I'll do that. And then, like I said, I'll stamp something. I'll keep my little stamps right here, and I can stamp something on the next go around, I guess. Now, I won't rip this one. We'll just I'll trim it down a little bit. One, so it fits in here, but two, so it gets rid of the little cut off piece. You have a birthday coming up, don't you? Why do I think your birthday's in July, isn't it? Isn't it in July? I know I get it confused with Ella. Well, Ella's and Jeremy's are so close together. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Hold on. Let me make sure it's way that I always forget about Jeremy's because I'm too busy like planning Ella's. Ella's is the 23rd of July and his is August 2nd. And so then I'm like, oh crap. Like his like a week after her. So then I gotta sit there and come up with something for him. And then does that look crooked? Oh, it's probably just me. And then oh, it is. It's got to be crooked. It looks a little crooked. I'll put I guess a thing around this too. Now I can use this. Let me turn it over. And like kind of cut it out and kind of do a frame thing on there. That'd be good. We'll do that. Good, because I'm gonna finally get that thing shipped out. You know, I went to go ship out your little Afterlife house, and I was like, all right, I'm ready to ship it out. I got everything ready to go, and the stupid box is too small. And I'm like, ah. So now I told Jeremy, I was like, I gotta have a bigger box, just a taller one. So I'm just gonna trim this. Oh, y'all hear Ruby? She's out in the hallway. I'm a big girl. Oh, I was reading her a story last night because we read her books every night before bed. And she likes it when I do it because I'm funny. And I was reading her Rumpelstiltskin last night, and that heifer fell asleep before I was even halfway through the book. And I was like, dude, I was just now getting into this. And she fell asleep. She was here in our bed. And Jeremy came upstairs and picked her up and put her to bed. And she's like, my squishmallows! There's freaking pillows everywhere. I know, isn't that awful? I hate that crap. It's just not tall enough. That's the only thing. It wasn't tall enough. There's the thing. And I was like, oh. And I even tried to take it apart, you know, to see if like, okay, well maybe I can put it in here like separate. No, didn't work. So I'm on the new plan. Figure out what to do. I told her this morning too. I was like, we're gonna finish Rumpelstiltskin tonight, okay? Because I gotta know what happens. And she's like, okay. She started laughing. I was like, you bailed on me. No, it's not too large. It's just too tall. But no, I have a box it's like, I finally got one, so I think it will work. No, I have other stuff though that I'm going to send too. Where is, oh, I threw it over here. So it'll be good. And then I got to finish up the garden book this week because I'm going to be making another book. And I got to make bookmarkers for these other books so that way I can get them out of here because they're taking up too much room already. Yeah, I'm just trying to stick this on here so I can see. I just was so busy last week. You know, when I get in this little creative bug and mood, I don't want to do anything else. Like, I was up until like 2 o'clock this morning and working on designs and stuff like that. And then finally my tablet died and I was like, oh crap, I get to go to bed. Why not? Change my sponge out. And then I'm going to stick a sticky here on the back. I'll probably use the two ones that are like two of the monsters or something. Yes. Oh. Stuff all over my hands. All right. I think we're just about at the end of this project for today. This particular thing. If I do say so myself. I told you it was really easy little insert. So if you use it like in your journals or something like that, just let me know. I love seeing what people create. Makes me have like a little proud mommy moment. Speaking of, man, now I want a freaking cupcake. We need to stop talking about food so much on live. The heck? It's like starving. Get ravenous. And I had just eaten breakfast too. Alright. Okay, so here's what we did today. So Tuesday, I will be on at 5 p.m. Eastern time. And I will be making the origami sailboat card, envelope, whatever you want to call it. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Look, really cute. Okay, and then we'll put it in here. I got me a paper clip. All the inserts I'm making, I'm not making any of them permanent in this. Let me put this back up a little bit. So far, I haven't anyway. You know, that way everything can come out of the book. Ew, I don't like the Dubai chocolate. It freaks me out. It looks like grass. Like, I have a weird thing with textures. And if it looks or feels grassy, I get kind of grossed out. So I'm just going to, this is going to be my little clip to hold it in the book. Like this. Just keep it closed. So here's what we did. Here's what the quote says. Just like moons and like suns with the certainty of tides, just like hopes springing high, still I'll rise. Maya Angelou. And then there's also a quote on the back which says, the sun will rise and set regardless what we choose to do with the light. While it's here, it's up to us. Journey wisely. You know, because he's journeying through the wild things forest and stuff, you know. All right. And then we also did the washi tape crossed here and down here at the bottom, some stickies. And then you open it up, and I put this lined paper in here. We'll eat you up. We love you so. And then, so this is like a little writing spot. And then here is him. Wait a minute, we go this way. So it works. You know, him sailing through the sea. Just a fun little pop-up. You know, you can turn it this way and then up. So I'll have the, you can go back and watch this live. And this is the first time that I've done like an instructional pop-up for this kind of thing. And it's super easy. Because when I did it for the Pirates of the Caribbean one, I just kind of rigged it until it worked. But I sat down and wrote everything out. So this is how it works. So Max sailing home. And then we also put the little 3D water here at the top. So it just gives it like a little oceany 3D effect. So I think it came out pretty good. Sometimes I don't know what I'm going to expect. And so here it can be like a little writing page. It's kind of like a card. And I think it came out pretty good. And so we're going to take the Wild Things book. Here, we'll go over what we've done so far. This is the one that I'm doing only on lives. So, of course, made the book on live. The hair. The book was made on live. Like I said, you can go to my YouTube channel and you can rewatch all of the process videos, the live videos from where I did it. And then, let's see, we did this pop-up right here, which is, I think, the twist and pop-up one. It goes like this. I left these blank so that way if somebody, when I go to sell this, somebody can decorate, write a quote in here or something like that. I don't know. Just whichever they want. I like to leave, I usually don't like to put inserts in books, and I just like to make the book because I feel like it's like a blank slate for somebody, even though it's a themed blank slate. At least somebody can sit there and do what they want with it. Let me raise you guys up a little bit. So I don't mind doing inserts, but I like to leave them as blank as possible. But this one, sometimes I do. So that was the one. And then, of course, oh, yeah. So these are some of the pages that are from the actual book. These are the digitals that I was talking about that will be available in my Etsy shop. I got little pockets here and stuff. The line paper. So if you want to make your own Wild Things book, or you just, you know, want it to go with the actual book, there you go. So this one went in here. I think the first thing we did was the bookmarker. Where's that? Right here. So here's the bookmarker. I first made on live. That goes with this. I love it. I gotta make a bookmarker for these other journals that are above my head right now. And then as soon as I do, they'll go in my Etsy shop. I'm actually kind of glad I chose the same color. It blends in. And then we did that other one. We also sewed in the signatures. All these are pockets right here that I may put like little things in. I don't know yet. And then here's the other. Where's my little clip? Lost my, hold on. Maybe that was the paper clip that I found. I have this clipped in there. And then this one was the one that we made on Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? The Wild Rumpus card, you know, where they're dancing around like weirdos. So it turns this way. I haven't messed with it since, oh, my neighbor's coming home, since Tuesday. So it's like, still works. And I left like every other one blank to add something there. So that's them dancing around. So that one came out really good. And I have that in here like this. Here, what I may do is I may put it on this side. I'll put it in here like this, and then it won't fall out again. There we go. Oh, that's, yeah, that ain't going nowhere. And then we added stickers in here, and now we got to put this bad boy. Oh, and then we had the hairy belly band and made this. Wait a minute, what is this? I don't even remember what this was. Oh, yeah. No. Oh, no, this was the pop-up we did. I forgot. The other one was on Saturday. I totally forgot about this one. So this is Where the Wild Things, Max's meal that was still hot when he came home. This was what I made on Tuesday. See, and his meal was still hot. So it's holding up good. And this pop-up is already on my YouTube channel. I did that one long time ago. So on Tuesday, we'll do another origami sailboat, and it's like a envelope tuck spot. Then we got the hairy belly band. That sounds so gross when I say it like that. So this is the one, if you're just joining, this is the one we did today. Got like a big card insert and writing spots. And Max is sailing back home to go get his meal. And if he wasn't such a brat in the first place, he wouldn't have went to his room. No, I'm kidding. Let me get my pins here. Oh, by the way, I got these. These are American Crafts brand, and they came from Dollar General. Dollar General has some American Crafts brand products, and I didn't know that until I went in there. I'm like, ooh, I need these. And my husband's like, you don't need nothing. And I'm like, Heifer, go away. I need it. I'm going to put this here, I think. And I'm just going to snip and clip. Put that. There we go. See, I kind of like that. I haven't done a book where I've done inserts where all of the inserts can come out. You know, but I think that's a good idea. You know, I don't mind permanent inserts, but it gets the book kind of chubby-wubby, and then nothing can move. So let's do that. I keep putting everything in the back. So here, let me take this and put this one right up here somewhere. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-boo. All right, here we go. I'll just hook it to this. You know, let's just disperse the girth evenly. Whoop. All right, so see, it's already getting, that's why I made such a thick spine too. If you're going to add a lot of inserts to a journal, make your spine thicker. That's what needs to be thick. So it's getting there. All right, you guys. So like I said, the origami envelope, it was one that I did for the Blue Dream Journal. I think we'll make that, and maybe I'll add that in as a permanent spot on one of the pages, because it is a, we'll decorate it and we'll put Max's sailboat on it or something similar to that. And yeah, I probably could do that. And it's got like a couple of tuck spots, but the tutorial to that is already on my YouTube channel. Go under playlist, tutorials, inserts, and it's already there. So you can get a head start on it. And then you can see what I'm going to do with it to match this. And then I'll think of some more inserts to do. And then we'll have the fandangle we'll put here. And when I think it's all done, then I'll put it up on my Etsy. Permanent fold out. What do you mean a permanent fold out? Can we disperse my girth too? Yeah.
Oh, thanks so much. These are really nice.
Are they?
They're really nice.
You know, I just missed an opportunity to video it. Thank you for that. You couldn't just wait. But that's why I got them. It's because I figured that you could use the orange one for your thing.
Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah.
What's nice about it?
Okay, so can I do the numbers? What's
I
that?
wasn't going to, but you can.
Okay.
The one that I got is the plunger style,
Oh, yeah.
and I couldn't get the paint to come out. And that one's super fine tip.
That's right.
So rather than just making a big, huge smear all over it, I can get down in there and not.
Yeah, they have those in brush, fine tip, and then they had them in the normal.
So this looked like that.
Oh, okay. Well,
I wasn't going to fill that in because that's somebody's name.
Oh, you don't want to be Walt?
That's not mine. It's for Dad.
Walter White?
This is Dad.
You want to make blue meth?
I don't know, maybe.
I'm going to put it on there. I'll fill it in anyway. I'm going to be like, you're Walt.
The smell is, this is rubber. And I was trying to melt some to fill that hole. So the old, very old bowling balls were made out of rubber. Even older, they were made of wood. But this is.
Oh my God, I want to throw that down the driveway so bad.
Boing, boing, boing.
Yeah, I want to just throw it down something.
But thank you very much for markers. They're.
Oh, you want to see? Come here, let me have it.
Way better than.
I got these grabby markers and I haven't made a video yet, but this is why I got it. Oh my God.
It's a 16-pound ball.
Jesus, hold on, let me move my stuff.
Sorry to interrupt you, but I just wanted
No, I'm all done.
I just wanted to show you why I wanted it.
Oh, Jesus. That's what he did with it. With my grabby markers that I have in my showcase.
That's for Dad.
It looked like this before. And then
I didn't fill in the name. I filled it in once, but the Johnny Petraglia. I didn't want to go back and do that again.
Yeah, don't shove it in all the way. Yeah, so that's what it looked before, and then this what that looked like.
But the fine tip on those made getting in that engraving.
You remember these? I don't. Here.
They were extremely popular back in the day.
Why?
In the late 70s,
they'd be too bouncy.
Early 80s. No. They're not that.
Oh, okay.
Rubbery. They're much harder than that. But again, thank you.
Uh-huh. All right. So on Tuesday, I'll make the origami sailboat card, and I'll put that in there. And then we could probably make some fold-out envelopes, and then those will actually stay in there because I like to glue those in. And if I think of any more inserts, which I usually do, I'll write them down. And I know it's amazing he did that good of a job. He had such big hands, you know. I mean, you know, his thumb, it's like I could fit 2 of my fingers in his wedding ring. You know, he wears like a 15, you know, so he has massive hands. You know, my fingertips actually come to like right there on his hands. It's so weird. He said I have like childlike hands, you know. So I'll be on Tuesday and we'll do the origami card. And you make it from a 12 by 12 sheet, which is great because that's what we're used to dealing with. You know, there's lots of folds and stuff, so I'll make sure that I slow it down. But you can also watch it, like I said, ahead of time and get a kind of a feel for it. And then we'll make one together. Yay! All right, you guys. Well, I am going to get off of here because now I want a freaking cupcake. And I'm going to go to design and stuff. So on Monday, we should have 5 new washi tapes in stock finally. And then the next set are going to be shipped next week too. So we'll have 7 more. And then I have a whole nother set for them to make after that. and you're not, I swear they're just getting better and better. Like I keep having really good ideas for stuff and using some of my graphics and making washi tapes, which you can use in here in these kind of books. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for all the likes and follows. And I will see you on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. You guys have a good rest of your weekend, and I'll see you then.